No. We're going to talk about the IPP. So can anyone tell me what an IPP is? Do anyone know what an IPP is? Do anybody know?
And feel free to answer in the chat if you'd like to do that.
Okay.
I'm not seeing anything in the chat, Wesley, so if you want to tell us, we can move forward.
Okay. So an IPP stands for Individual Program Plan. The IPP is the plan for your reader services. So I figure everybody has been to IPP before, and your IPP must be based upon your goals, based on your needs, preferences, and choices. A goal is like a broad statement, like things where you want to live, what type of recreation activities you like to participate in, what your health needs are, what type of job you like to have. Your participation is necessary to develop a good IPP. Here are some tips to help you develop your IPP. Number one, you are the most important person at the IPP meeting. The law says, the reader says what you think, what you want is important. You decide who to come to a meeting, what's discussed. You have a team to support you, but it's still your IPP. So you're the most important person needed at the IPP meeting. No decision or discussion should be made without you being there. No one should make a decision about you without you. You have to be there. People should know what you think is important. If you aren't at the meeting, do not participate in the discussion. People won't know what you think. So any questions on number one? Any questions? Okay, we're gonna move on to number two now. You have a right to have choices for living, working, learning, having fun in the community. What you like is support. The reader said law says you have the right to like your services and supports. This includes where you live with, who you live with, your work, or if you want to go to school. You also have the right to have fun. So people like to play basketball, baseball, tennis, bowling, golf. Like to do that for fun. So that's part of your IPP. Let's talk about living, working, learning, and having fun in the community. So any questions on number two? Okay, we're gonna move on to number three. You do not have to answer personal questions at the IPP if you don't want to. You can decide what private information you share. Sometimes people feel that people can ask for private information IPPs. You do not have to answer any question if you don't want to. However, some personal information may be needed to help you reach your goals. It's important to think whether this information will help you reach your goals and get good services. If it will help you, you might want to answer questions, but it's your choice. So also remember, when you're requesting a service, it is helpful to give any information that will help the register decide if they'll pay for it. So any questions on number three? Okay, number four. Never sign your IPP until it's completely filled out, or unless you have someone read it or ask someone to read it to you. Your IPP is a legal document. Make sure your IPP is completely filled out. This is important because if you want to make sure you have everything in the IPP. It should be in words you understand. Make sure you read and understand IPP. If you have a hard time with reading and writing, make sure someone reads the IPP to you before you sign it. So we'll continue. Number 4, be sure it says what's agreed upon at the IPP meeting before you sign it. Again, make sure things agreed upon at the IPP meeting was written in the IPP. If you have problems, read the IPP, ask someone to read it to you. So you got to make sure everything's written down in your IPP, because if it doesn't take place. You got to make sure it's written down. So any questions on number 4? Okay, we'll move on to item number 5. If the written says you cannot have a service or program that you requested, always get their denial in writing. This is important because you have the right to appeal what the Regional Center says. An appeal means you do not agree with the Regional Center and want help trying to change the Regional Center's decision. So always get the denial in writing. Make sure you get a letter like this. Any questions on number 5? Number 6. You have a right to appeal if the Regional Center says no to a service or program you feel you need. If the Regional Center says no to a service or program that you feel you need, you have to make an appeal to a judge. You have to do it right away. If you want to stop a service, you should appeal within 10 days. If you ask for something new, you should appeal within 5 days. It's a good idea to have someone help you with your appeal. You can ask your parents, friends, or client right advocate. Does anyone know what a client right advocate is? So a client right advocate is someone that's paid by Disability Rights of California to help you with knowing the laws and different things. So we continue on. Number 6, ask the advocate to help you with the steps in the process. The client right advocate is an attorney who's not paid by Regional Center, so they're independent of Regional Center. Regional Center also have consumer advocates. You guys know what a consumer advocate is? A consumer advocate is someone with a disability on staff at the Regional Center. Their job is to help you with questions with your rights. So any questions about that? Okay, we'll move on to number 7. You can make changes to your IPP, call an addendum at any time, but ask for a new IPP meeting. You might want to make changes for your IPP if you have any changes in your life, like moving, losing a job, and getting a job. Everyone's situation is different. Remember, you can make changes to IPP at any time. Continue on. Number 7, just write to your service coordinator that you need to hold a meeting within the next month. If you have problems writing, have someone help you write to your service coordinator. Any questions? Okay, we'll continue on. Continue on with the screen. Number 8, you have the right to change service coordinators. Okay, continue on. Service number 8. You can change your service coordinator if they're not helping you. However, you do not get to choose the next service coordinator. There are 4 reasons why clients might want to change their service coordinators. Number 1, the service coordinator does not understand the client's needs. Number 2, the service coordinator does not give good services to a client. Number 3, the service coordinator is too difficult to get in touch with. Number 4, the service coordinator is not experienced enough. But before you change service coordinator, you should try to work things out first. Any questions? Number 9, if you feel your rights have been denied by a Regional Center, you can file a 4731 complaint. A 4731 complaint is when we believe a provider, Regional Center, or Developmental Center take your rights away. Ask advocate to help you step in the process. So any questions on number 9? Number 10, who can help you? Office of Clients' Right Advocacy, Regional Center, Disability Rights, California Peer Self-Advocacy Unit, the Consumer Advocate at your Regional Center. So any final question about IPPs? Anyone have any final question about IPPs? So I want to thank you very much for coming on our presentation. Our next presentation will be on the 16th on mental health. Thank you for coming, and you guys have a great day.